What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I know that it has been a while, some years, but in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to achieve this soft glam makeup look. So if you are interested in seeing how I achieve this look, then just keep watching. Alrighty, so to start we are going to prime our eyes, and I'm going to be using MAC's Paint Pot. This is in the shade Laying Low, and I'm just gonna take my finger and apply it all over my eyelid. Once I apply that to my lid, I'm gonna take this flat top concealer brush. This is by Sonia Kashuk, and I'm just going to blend it all over the lid. Alright, so for the eyes today, I'm going to be using the Nude Matte palette. This is by Beauty. I'm going to start with the shade Slow Motion, and I'm just going to pack that all over my lid. Then I'm going to go in with a fluffy blending brush, no product, and you're just going to blend out the harsh edges. Once that is blended, I'm going to go in with shade Cinnamon, and I'm just gonna put that on my brow bone. And then go back in with that fluffy brush. And then I'm gonna go back in with Slow Motion again, and this time I'm just gonna focus it right in this area. And then we're gonna blend it. Alright, so that is it for the eye. Very easy, super simple. Because it's so simple, to add that glam component, we're gonna go in with some bold lashes. These are Drama by Kiss. Now, if you're not a big lash girly, you can always go in with a half lash. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to the base, which is my favorite part. So first we're gonna prime. I'm using the Rimmel London Stay Matte Primer. And then for foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Super Stay Lumi-Matte Longwear foundation. It has such a long name. Now we're going to highlight, contour, and blush. So to highlight, I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer. This is in the shade number 18. And then to contour, I'm using the NYX Contour Stick. This one is the shade No Limit Strength. Blush, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blush. This one is in the shade Barbados. So we're gonna go in with our highlighter first. And then we're going to contour. So now we're gonna start blending. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit more concealer, just a little bit. So now that we've blended out our concealer, blush, and contour, we're gonna go back in with our foundation brush. We're not gonna add any more product, but we're just gonna diffuse all of those harsh lines together. And that way everything looks seamless. So this is a very important step because no one should be able to see those harsh lines, like where your contour stops, where your concealer stops. Everything should be nice and seamless and blended. Look at the base. Like honestly, doing my base is like my favorite part of doing my makeup. All right, so now we're just gonna set everything. So to set the under eyes, I'm gonna first go in with the Maybelline Matte and Poreless powder. This is in the shade 330 Toffee. And then I'm gonna go in with HUDA Beauty, and this is their Easy Bake setting powder in the shade Blondie. But before you apply any pressed powder, you wanna go ahead and take your sponge or whatever you use to blend out your highlight, and just make sure that there's no creasing. So you just want to go in and blend it out. And then as soon as you do that, go in with that setting powder. So we're going with the pressed powder first. And then we're gonna go in with the Easy Bake setting powder. So once you have your loose setting powder, you just wanna dust off the extra, and then you go in. So now we're going to tightline the bottom lash line. I'm gonna be using this black eyeliner. Then I'm going to go into the eyeshadow palette. I'm taking the shade After Dark, and we're just gonna smoke out the bottom lash line just a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set the rest of the face. So I'm gonna start with my nose. I'm gonna be using the SEPHORA Microsmooth powder. This one is in the shade 85. And I'm also going to use that same powder to set the areas that I contoured as well. And then I'm gonna go in with some bronzer. So the bronze, we are using the Nars Laguna bronzer. This one is in the shade 08. And then for our blush, we are using the SEPHORA collection. This is their blush, and this is in the shade Tiger Lily. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna go in with the darker side. Now this step is optional, but I just want to brighten underneath my eyes just a little bit. You don't have to do this step. But I'm going in with the Dermablend loose setting powder. This is in the shade Translucent. And then I'm going to set the rest of my face, and I am using the SEPHORA Microsmooth powder, and I'm gonna go in first with a powder puff. So now that we have applied all of our powders, we're gonna go in with some setting spray. This is just gonna melt everything together, get rid of that powdery look. This is the SEPHORA makeup setting spray. Okay, so now that we've added our setting spray, I'm gonna go in with some mascara. You always wanna go in with setting spray before you apply your mascara. That way it doesn't run and mess up your makeup. So I'm first gonna go in with some primer. That was too much. Alrighty, now onto the lips. We are going to be using the Maybelline Lifter Liner. I really like this lip liner, however, I hate how it sharpens. Like, oh my gosh, so ghetto. But this is what it looks like. This is in the shade Cross the Line. Then I'm going to go in with Sephora's Cream Lip Stain. This is in the shade 80. And then we're gonna get in with some gloss. This is the NYX Butter Gloss, and this one is in the shade Praline. Alright y'all, so this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you never miss an upload. Until next time, bye-bye.